Boom! What is up, guys? Tom Wedding back here again with some more value bombs for you. I'm super pumped for this one. This one we're going to talk about starting an agency and some of the biggest misconceptions and lies that a lot of courses and gurus and coaches tell you when starting an agency and why those things are wrong. And we'll go over the right way to do things and some of the key things that you need to know before starting your agency and while starting your agency that are really important to your success. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So I'm sure a lot of you have, started your agencies and you've started the same way that most people do, right? You've gone through a ton of different courses, or maybe you've gone through one course and you've got that pathway, right? And you're following the course material, learning everything, implementing, all of the usual stuff, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. Totally fine, right? Totally fine. Now, here's where a lot of people go wrong. They're going through multiple different courses with different pathways, right? Different pathways to their goal. Because again, we start with our goal in mind. We start with the end goal, the end result that we want to achieve from our agency, whether that's 10K a month, 20K a month, whatever that goal is for us, that freedom number basically. And whatever that goal is, we start with that goal and then we work backwards to find the pathway to get there, right? Now, a lot of people will go through tons of different courses because they go through one, they get stuck on something, they don't have the right support there to push through it and keep going. They get stuck on something, so they seek another solution and they go and invest into another course. They buy another course, another program, they invest into another coach, and all of a sudden they're starting the whole journey all over again, right? Because this coach is teaching a completely different pathway and roadmap to what the first program is teaching them, right? And now they've got confusion because they've got conflicting pathways, right? They've started with their goal. They've got one pathway. They started on that pathway, got halfway on the pathway, ran into a roadblock or a struggle, got stuck, and now they've gone off track into another pathway, right? And now they're on these two different pathways, half on one, half on the other, and there's so much confusion, which in turn creates more overwhelm because you're trying to do everything yourself, right? So that's the first point I want to bring up is the fact that if you're going through multiple different courses and not focusing, you're going to have a very, very hard time seeing any results, right? You might see occasional results here and there. You might get a quick little win here and there. But if you're following two different pathways and getting so confused and overwhelmed by all this information, it's not benefiting you at all whatsoever. So especially when you're starting out, focus is everything. So you really need to stay focused on that one pathway and stick with it, even when you run into the roadblocks, even when you run into the struggles, and push through, right? Now, that's not to say that, every pathway is equal, because there are really crappy pathways you can take. I don't know, if you guys don't know me, I'm a big advocate on client attraction and the whole idea of building something and an offer that clients are going to be attracted to, right? Instead of just going out into the marketplace, spamming the same old crap, like, hey, I can get you more leads. Hey, I can run Facebook ads for you. Hey, I can do SEO for your site. Everyone's pitching the same bullshit, right? And that's exactly why no one sees mad, crazy results, because they're not focused on that one way, which is going to get them the most results. And for me, like I said before, I'm a big believer in client attraction instead of outreach, right? Because I believe that if you have people approaching you for a service, that is so much more valuable than having to go out of your way, spend time, energy, and effort, lots of failed results, and you're burning through leads to try and land clients. It's just not smart at all, especially long term. Not smart at all, guys. Not smart at all. So that's like two big things, right? First thing I talked about, right, with the courses. You've got two different pathways. If you're in 3-4 different courses, that makes it even more overwhelming and more confusing because there's more information. You're taking in more information, which is good, right? You need to take in different ideas and different approaches. But when you're starting out, you need to stay focused. You can't see results without staying focused, right? And when you've got different pathways going on, it does not benefit you. So you've got to stay focused first and foremost. That's the first thing. Second thing I talked about is you have to work out a smart pathway, right? Which is, for me, like I said, I prefer client attraction and working on those pathways. But, if you want to go down the outreach pathway, go for it. I don't care. Like, you can 100% do that. It works. It can work. It just, I just don't like it. That's, I guess, my opinion in some way, because there's people crushing it with outreach. Totally fine. Whatever. I just prefer to have clients come to me when attracting them, right, into my circle. That's just a better way to do things, I find. It's like, if your marketing isn't attracting people to you, you're not marketing right? It's the same thing if you're for your fulfillment for your clients, right? If your clients aren't having people come to them for their service, you're doing something wrong with their marketing, right? They're not getting results. So it's the same thing for your agency. If you're not having people reach out to you interested in your services and your unique offering that stands out in the marketplace, you're going to have a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. So yeah, first thing, focus on one pathway at a time. Second thing, smartest way to do things, which is, I prefer client attraction. That's the smartest way to do things. But again, you can stick with outreach, finding that smartest method, right? And sticking with it. So focus, finding the smartest method and sticking with it. And then the third thing I want to talk about here is actually the systems and the process of your agency, right? So we all kind of know, and I'm sure most of you know, and if you haven't learned this from your courses you're in, get the fuck out of them right now, because they're not teaching you the right stuff. But we all know there are 4 sections to an agency, right? And like I said, if no one's telling you this stuff, you're not in the right place. There's prospecting, there's sales, there's fulfillment, and then there's scaling, right? And systems, scaling and systems. Those are the 4 sections to your agency, right? 4 major sections to your agency. And what happens is a lot of people go through these courses, right? And they try and learn the third piece of the puzzle, which is fulfillment, right? And they try and learn the fulfillment piece themselves, right? And what they don't realize is that fulfillment piece is the most complicated piece of the puzzle to learn. And it's also not where the money is made. The money in your agency is not made in the fulfillment. I'll say that again. The money is not made in your fulfillment. Sounds crazy, right? The money is actually made in your prospecting and sales process. When you get on the phone with a prospect, you have a call with them and you close them as a client. That is where the money is made, right? That is exactly where the money is made. So a lot of people coming through these courses, they're learning fulfillment, spending hours and hours and hours and hours and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and months and months and months. I could go on forever. People spend so long trying to learn this fulfillment stuff. What they don't realize is it's going to take you years and years and years to become an expert at that skill. And it doesn't even benefit you if you don't have any prospecting and sales systems set up anyway. You know what I mean? Like, you're not making money from doing fulfillment. You can't sit behind your screen and hope to make money. It doesn't work that way with an agency. You have to be out there prospecting and sales, doing prospecting and sales, right? And this is why I love client attraction, because you have people come to you. So it's not a scary conversation. It's a warm conversation with a person, right? You jump on the phone. They already know who you are. They already know what you offer. They jump on the phone. Now all of a sudden it's just a matter of having a general conversation and being like, hey, how can we make this work? Right? You're negotiating. So that's the third thing, right? So first, just a quick little recap. First thing we covered was focus. The importance of focusing on one way to do things. Second thing we talked about was the importance of picking a smart way to do things, right? And then the third thing I just talked about is the importance of making sure that you have the right systems in place to actually scale, right? Because you need to be focusing on the prospecting and sales pieces of your agency. That's where the money is made. Now, I know a lot of you are probably like, but what happens if I land a client and I can't fulfill for them? What do I do? This is where you learn the term leverage. Now, what is leverage? Leverage, especially in an agency, is basically leveraging other people or other systems or other resources to help you scale and grow faster. So what you're going to do is, first off, you're going to stay focused, right? Pick the smartest prospecting method, focus on that. And when you get clients, leverage people who already have experience in those niches, right? And now this is another thing. I'm getting a little bit off topic here, but the importance of niching down, especially when starting out, it's vital. You have to niche down. You have to niche down. I don't care what services you are offering. It is so important that you niche down because you systemize your process and you can find a fulfillment partner who already is experienced in that niche. They know what offers work. They know what marketing works in that niche to get results for the clients, right? So that when you do land a client, you have this fulfillment partner, you know their pricing, you know how much it's going to cost you, you know your profit margins. So now you have a fulfillment partner that can basically guarantee results for your clients that you land, right? And here's the thing, a lot of people are scared to do that because, oh, it costs me a little bit extra money, I make less profit. But you know what? You can stack clients faster because you're not doing the fulfillment. We only have 24 hours in a day. You can't spend your 24 hours a day fulfilling for clients because then you can't scale. You can't take on more clients. It just doesn't work, right? You can learn the skill later. That's fine. If you want to learn how to run Facebook ads, go do that later. Get some cash flow coming in first, then go and learn the skill, right? And these are some really big breakthroughs you need to have. I'm dropping some mad value here for you guys. And this is like, it's so important when you're starting your agency to understand some of these concepts I'm speaking about. And I'd highly recommend you even just go back and watch this video or this podcast again and just pay attention to what I'm saying because this stuff is so important. This stuff is so important and it's not taught by courses, You won't see like hardly any of this information in courses because they're trying to get you to learn fulfillment. That's what they're trying to do. That's what they're selling, right? They're selling the opportunity of you becoming a Facebook ads expert or a SEO guru or a, whatever, right? That's the opportunity they're selling, right? I'm not like bagging out courses or anything. Like it's totally fine to learn those skills, but just realize if you're trying to scale this, you can't be doing everything yourself. You can't. You really can't be doing everything yourself. It's not working. So quick recap again. We got the 4 things. 1, focus on one thing at a time. 2, focus on the smartest way to do things. 3, focus on the systems in your agency, which is your prospecting sales. That's the systems you want to focus on. And then number 4 is outsourcing your back end. Outsourcing everything that you don't want to do, right? Now, that is pretty much it. Gonna wrap this up for this video. I could talk for hours on this topic. There's so much value I could drop on these things. But again, those are the 4 main things I just wanted to touch with you in this video. So again, like I said, focus on one thing. Don't get distracted by all the different pathways, different courses, different shiny objects. Focus on one thing at all times and stay focused on that. And even when you hit roadblocks and struggles, push through and focus on that one thing. And then number 2, focus on the smartest thing, which is the smartest way and quickest way to do things. Number 3, focus on the systems in your agency, building your prospecting and sales engines to fuel everything else. Focusing on your fulfillment teams, all that stuff, right? Building your systems. And then number 4 is disconnecting yourself from the process, right? Outsourcing, giving your work to other people, trusting other people to build things with you, right? Having fulfillment partners, right? Having a coach to help you get to that next level. All of those things, right? Outsourcing a little bit. So that is my 2 cents, guys. I hope this was very valuable for you. And yeah, if you need help with like implementing some, like I said, I'm a big person on client attraction systems. If you want some help with that kind of stuff, I'd love to chat a bit more about where you're at and see if it's a good fit for me to help you implement those systems, because I know how much of a difference that could change in your agency, right? That can make a huge difference, right? Just having a system in place that shoots you booked appointments that are warm booked appointments from business owners in your niche, right? I know that can change your agency. So, I'm happy to have a chat with you guys if, you think that's going to be something that could benefit you. We'll have a chat, see if it's a good fit. If not, no, I'm done, man. But, feel free to shoot me a message. If you're in the Facebook group watching this live now, shoot me a message. My name's right up there. You click on my profile, send me a message. Happy to help you out. Like, even just give you some free value. That's what this group's all about, is just giving away this free value and telling you the things that the gurus sell, right? Because people can sell so much information. I'll give away all of my information. I don't care. I'll give away all that information because I want to sell implementation. I want to sell results to you. That's what I want to sell, right? With my coaching program, that's what I'm selling. I'm selling results, the systems, the implementation of things, right? Not just the information like all these courses are doing. Like, hey, here's how you do this, blah, blah, blah. I'm selling the implementation, right? So I hope that makes sense, guys. Again, I'm talking way too much here on this last bit, but again, if you want help, I think it's so important to seek out help from people who know what they're talking about, right? And this system, I have tons of results for it, for my client attraction system, and it's crazy, right? So if you want help with that, feel free to shoot me a message on Facebook. My name is Tom Wedding. And yeah, that's pretty much it from me, guys. I hope you all have a fantastic day, fantastic night. And as usual, keep crushing it, keep pushing along, stay focused, and you got this, guys. Peace out.